right at the end, and I just feel like it's going to be too tough to deal with the amount of skill on the FaZe clan side of things today.
I think that's going to be the least of their issues, to be honest with you. I think if you're BCG, I just looked, I mean, looking at it, they're lost against Mouse yesterday, but played them close, 13-9, right? So they're not like completely lost out there in the server, obviously. I'm never going to predict them to beat FaZe.
No.
But I think there's an opportunity with this FaZe, and you hear Alish talk about how disconnected they are, how disorganized, how the practice, while it's gone well, it hasn't been enough of it quite yet. There's going to be some opportunities to make this an interesting map if you're BCG. Win the right round and put FaZe on the back foot and see what can happen from there. Skulls is going to be the lone defender for FaZe back at Ticket Booth. Looking at this A-bomb site.
The defending IEM Dallas champion Nexa calling the A execution. Flashes
what an intro that is.
Yeah, into the site. Cloud cover allowing Cypher to get over to his CT spawn with a flash unleashing him. It's not a very difficult setup to break apart because FaZe have decided to play retake on this one. And they've got a kid on the back of Karrigan.
No flash, though, to turn the corner, so they're just going to have to come in and do it dry. And you're right, Kit and smoke on Karrigan might be the key to winning the round.
CT fight going down. Here comes Simple for that first kill. Cypher going down without issue. Now the rest of BCG have to try and step up and allow this to go their way. As FaZe with that smoke going down onto the site. Nice pick out from Nock. Is there anything else to follow up? And there absolutely is. From Sassanito and Prime Taps as Elysian Skulls get back to kills. No Kit picked up. The knives are out. And that's enough for BCG.
Hard fought round. Okay, that got them hyped up quick. They're acting like they just won the major. I like it. Get fired up. Pistol round is yours. Tough battle, but we always know those 5-on-5 retakes are just sometimes just so hard to come back into. So FaZe go for it with the gamble. Try and go for the smoke defuse. Good shooting from Nock with his P250, making sure they can't get close and comfortable. And FaZe going to start down 0-1 going into the second round where they buy. So M4 in the hands of Simple. MP9 on Frozen and Karrigan. Pistols on Elysian Skulls.
FaZe had a lot of success in pistol rounds yesterday. The problem came in the follow-up rounds and the conversions of the ecos in the third rounds.
3 of 4 pistols won by FaZe yesterday in the losing series to Liquid.
Let's see if they can step up with a force buy response. Doesn't look like it as 3 kills come in quickly from BCG. Simple has to step up and the M4 goes out. It's a quick kill on Nexa. Couldn't find the follow-up. And now Karrigan left in an impossible situation, creeping forward from jungle. He gets into the smoke beside the bench. As soon as he walks out of it, though, Nock is going to catch him. A valiant attempt from Karrigan, but an expected second-round victory here for BCG.
Okay, well, there's the start of this. There's the start of a potential if you want to talk about BCG winning. I mentioned, you have to win the right rounds at the right time. Well, pistol round is obviously one of the big ones. The second-round conversion is a great start. So now you're looking at a world where you have the economic control for the first 5 rounds of the game.
Right.
How many rounds can you build on top of that? Get one more timely reset later in the half, and you're cooking. So BCG, 2-0 up against Pistols, looking to get an early lead and an early strong advantage over FaZe.
No, it's cool to see some of the players from BCG back in an event of this caliber. I mean, for Cypher, he's a player that had a breakout performance a couple of years ago in Paris.
Quarterfinals of the Paris Major?
Exactly, had a really solid event there. Obviously had a couple of opportunities after that didn't necessarily pan out for him. But it's been a while since we've seen Cypher get to play at this level, and I'm excited to see if he's able to continue some good form here with BCG.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen him able to find a way to recreate the magic that he had on that ITV team and that run they had at Paris. Like all those guys, it feels like some of them have struggled to kind of get that level back. So Cypher's been one who's stuck around and getting a chance now in BCG. Sassanito as well has had some opportunities, was a big name floated around as a guy with potential. His time hasn't been nearly as successful as maybe people had hoped.
Yeah, a similar story for him with the Apex squad. We've got under a minute left on the clock, and first blood finally drawn. It's Nock to drop a leash. And the follow-up kill is coming in for BCG. They're going to go 3-0 up. Karrigan's going to do as much damage as he can. Picked up rifle wouldn't be a bad save either. And he's going to go and fight through short, and that rifle will fall into the hands of Simple instead. So he gets it back, the weapon he had earlier on.
That's a nice little find on the way out, though. Good kill from Karrigan. If Simple can keep that, you're gonna be super happy. Hasn't spotted anything just yet. Spots one now. Takes the fight. Good win at range. Simple, the top fragger yesterday, again, in that Liquid series for FaZe.
Yeah.
And I guess that was kind of the question is what's he going to look like? What's homeboy GOAT going to look like when he steps back into the server? We're not really sure. Looked solid. We didn't see any like the flashy, crazy, simple, turn the map on its head, turn the round on its head kind of plays. But he did everything that was asked of him when they came in his direction, and he was really good for FaZe.
I think the general consensus was positive around Simple's performance yesterday. We weren't expecting him to be able to, game-breaking Simple, but he had some nice shots in the AWP. Decent performances coming in from him. He had a big clutch earlier on as well, like a 1v2 on Inferno. He had the 4K and the pistol. So there was his impact rounds were there.
His moments, yeah.
If anything, the criticism for FaZe yesterday was about the other players on the squad, right? That was definitely the,
everyone else.
Yeah, that was where the criticisms lay yesterday in terms of the community consensus, at least.
Well, we've talked about it. I'm refraining from criticism on FaZe right now, and just because I know that the major. This is all about the major. This
is about getting in shape for it.
Yeah, this is a Hail Mary. We'll see if they can create something coming up in the next few weeks. Early step out for Sassanito is going to get Molotoved into the open, exposed, and an easy kill for Elige. For a 5-on-4 in the favor of FaZe.
Yeah, Elige had a tough game yesterday, but it was great hearing him in that candid interview with Sana this morning.
Look at this little
Look at this play from Prime Tabs. Yeah, he's got himself quite a bit of space out here. Spots the barrel of Simple, but does not see Skulls.
I'll tell you what, I was nervous for Skulls there, because if Simple got killed from the side, when Skulls is there, I would have been sad for Skulls.
Might have been getting his ear full.
It's always the awkward moment, but Simple now right at the top of Con, and this BCG round is drifting away without really any kind of a fight. Smoke's going to fade, Cypher will be exposed, and Simple's ready for the fight.
Elige to win it out versus Nexa, and FaZe very comfortable, haven't lost a kill yet. Cypher with the element of surprise, nearly gets the jump on Simple, does damage to him and forces him back with that molly, but Cypher to go down and leaving Knock 1v5. FaZe could feasibly leave round 4 with all 5 players remaining. Knock's going to try and prevent that. A clean sheet denied though. Not denied though by Elige, who takes himself the headshot from Knock, and we've got ourselves FaZe on the board. Yeah,
nice clean round for FaZe. Really solid. No big issues whatsoever. Good opening fight from Elige. So now the guns are out. They can challenge for some of this space. And first step for Sassanito, first experience, is Elige taking away his safety and taking him down out in the open. And for BCG this round, just too many players fall before you really get to execute any kind of an idea. Just slipped out of control. Tech 9 for Nexa, AKs otherwise, and BCG's back into it, round 5.
Oh, Sassanito taking a lot of damage to the top mid smoke, and eventually Frozen and Elige combined to bring him down, and Cypher looking to respond, just barreling through the B smoke, and he's got to follow up with Prime Tabs coming in to help him.
Okay, well, we wanted to see some Cypher action back in business. There's a nice opening that they're able to follow up on. Elige trades him off, 3-on-3, gets a wide swing off catwalk, looking up towards the balcony, and Prime Tabs takes him down. Now Simple activated for the retake, and he's dropped as well. So all of a sudden, BCG just get all 5 kills in tandem, one by one. And they're getting loud.
I love that play for Cypher as well. It's just so unhinged. He just runs through the B smoke in the apartments, just jumps through it, in fact, not even running through it, jumping through it. Prime Tap's able to follow up with a kill on short.
And the kill onto Elige, which really secures the safety. But more than anything, I love the yelling.
You're so bad.
Soundproof glass. This is a Dumb and Dumber skit. But no, the yelling and the hype too is like, look, bring out that stuff. Like, throw it at FaZe. They're struggling. They're limping. You know they're disconnected, playing with 2 stand-ins. You know one of those stand-ins sometimes can get a little bit angry. So yeah, throw those needles at them. Every time you win a round, get in their heads. FaZe gonna fight back in round 6 because of how clean their round win was. They can afford to buy up into this one with no big issues. But out of money moving into round 7 if they can't convert this. So big swing round for FaZe in the early going of Mirage. BCG's map pick, and they're leading by 3.
Where is Simple? There we go. He got the AWP.
Yeah. Guess he thought maybe it was dropped to him. He can pick it up off the buy menu now though.
Yeah. Maybe he hasn't quite used to that yet. Simple's going to play over towards a B.
He's got all 5 coming at him. You want a Simple highlight? This is setting it up for exactly that.
First up, going to be contact as well. into the scope. There's shot from Simple, and now he has to try and get away. And they come flooding in. He has to try and get back to safety, gets around the corner, and goes again. This time, the shot will connect. He detects Nexa moving in towards short. He got a glimpse of his next victim. That ball goes down.
I don't know if that one kill enough is able to convince them to go for this, but one more would send the signal. They need to find it. BCG not giving them anything.
Yeah, Nexa not peeking. Then Sassanito comes in. Simple brought down from the peak of Sassanito. And Carrigan not given the trade opportunity. FaZe still posturing for a retake opportunity, but they are not finding the entries here. They're not getting the space they require. Then the peak comes in. Then Skulls follows up. And suddenly a 4v2 for FaZe is looking a 4v1 in the face as Knock will topple.
No.
And it is enough for FaZe in the end as Carrigan gets the defuse.
Way, that just happened. Man, if you're BCG, those are the ones you can't let slip away. You want to talk about rounds you have to win, rounds you can't lose, that's one of them. You have the bomb site, you've got it open, Simple missed both of his shots, you force him back into market. Oh, it cannot be this easy. No one from BCG had eyes on the flanks. Skulls and Elige able to work their way all the way through, and so much attention pulled by Carrigan and Utility at a market that nobody from BCG was aware of the possibility.
Next up, forced down to Khalil. 4 AKs around it. Is there a response from BCG as they come out mid? Good opening kill. Frozen's going to go down. Simple. Tough shot. Only the head showing, but he's still staying confident and involved in the fights. He's going to be smoked away. There's vision severed off. Impact from Elige. A second kill from him from Connector. We've got BCG a player up as they get into con.
Simple's going to try and make a play through the smoke as Carrigan times his step forward. Can't even get one.
So
and Simple still locked out. But he's got time to hunt. Time to see if he can get one for free. One quickly that allows him to go for a 1v2. He's got all the health in the world.
There's no kit though.
No kit, and he's going to back off. That's fair play. All right, BCG. Nice, quick, simple, aggressive tactics. Smoke off catwalk. Simple takes a shot. You know he's there. You get the opening kill and window. Keep the pace up. Keep the pressure on. And great trades in con.
Money is still in an okay position here for FaZe. The only player really in trouble is Frozen. And if Simple saves, he can maybe drop him something here. So, good decision to hang on to the AWP.
Yeah, just need to impact out of it, right? This has been a pair of tough rounds. I mean, Simple misses those shots at the B-bomb site on the execute previously, has to fall back in towards market, then hits a pretty spectacular flick. Fair play. Now this round, same kind of a situation. They're pushing up, down middle, misses his shot, tough shot to hit, but all of a sudden it's not having that same impact while the aggression's coming from Con. So yeah, back-to-back rounds, Simple missing a couple ones you might normally expect him to hit. Elige doing everything he can. It's just not enough with all the BCG players streaming into the open. And a timeout, first one used by FaZe to talk things over. Neo's on the mic. Tough scenario to come into. You heard Elige talking about it, like just saying we knew it was going to be rough yesterday. We knew not to have high expectations despite some of the practice looking good. But every single official game is another rep for this FaZe team as they get closer to the goal of the major trophy.
Seems very far off though. But drastic changes were required. And let's see if this round works out for FaZe. They still have a bye. They've had a timeout. BCG, some speed behind Nox early. Peek towards ramp. Simple's going to be positioned in behind triple with the AWP.
He's alone as well again. If you get a couple of those misses one more time, all of a sudden the A bomb site's going to have a tough time being held on to.
Sassanito.
He's dead.
Yeah, that smoke grenade hits off his body, gives the sound cue to Elige. Simple's able to chime in as well. So Cypher coming down, running out of bullets. Nexa gets caught in mid. And so a couple of seconds into the round, FaZe have 3 kills to their favor, none of them traded by BCG. And now a last-ditch effort trying to get out in towards the site. It's going to be Skulls to come out on top, Knock to fall, and Prime Taps retreating.
Yeah, this is a brutal round if you're BCG. Losing every single fight across the map, and all 5 players from FaZe surviving at the moment. So money building up. There it is. All 5 players indeed survive. FaZe get extra cash. They get to keep themselves off the reset position, and for BCG, that's them pretty much out of money. AK-47 picked up. But 4 players going to struggle to get some weapons on the board. We're going to get a match pause as a player dropped out of the server, but Elige never spotted that aggression, never sniffed out by BCG. And nice and easy down the stretch for FaZe. Maybe one of the easiest rounds they've had.
Tech issue here on Nox side of things.
It is an interesting collection of players, this BCG roster.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting.
Like, Cypher had that kind of pop-off ITB run to the quarterfinals in Paris we alluded to. Nex has been around. He's done everything. He's been in finals, played a bunch of different roles, been a solid player for teams. Nock had his, like, little small stretch of where he just turned into a god for, like, 3-4 months, 5 months a while back. So, like, in Sassanito with the potential that everyone wants, Primetap, like, you just have this constellation of players that we're not really sure what to expect is going to come out when all these pieces come together.
Right, and Nex has been through so many changes in his career. You know, I'm going to be an in-game leader. Suddenly he's not an in-game leader. Then he's an in-game leader again. I think he realizes
out of necessity sometimes.
Yeah, I think he's realized that he's at that point where he has to be the in-game leader at probably this level of Counter-Strike. And, you know, during the online era where they had to grind through the VRS system at the start of the year, I mean, they were getting some great results. That's not easy. You know, there's a lot of great teams there, a lot of really difficult teams to put away, and you've got to just get win after win just to even get into a position where you get invited to events.
There's also a lot of shitty teams who are really good online.
Yeah, it's true. That's a very good point.
That's the dangerous one. Those are the teams you want to fear.
And you have to play so many games as well.
Yeah, dude, it's just a non-stop grind day after day, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And
so
we don't even always fully realize it on the pro circuit because, like, the qualifiers are always going on at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. It's cool. It's been great to see them have this invite, as you mentioned, like going through that grind to start the year, because it's such a new roster as well. You know, like Nexa, Cypher, and Nock all just joining 3 months ago, so still very, very new into the time of this roster together, and plenty of opportunities to show a new level.
Nexa coming out on top with the deagle shot on Skulls. Primetaps with a follow-up bit of damage to the short player. Simple gonna hide behind Ticket, goes out for a peek, not gonna land that one. Preoccupied about the potential from Palace. Nock is taking some space deep into the bomb site. Carrigan, though, on the cleanup, comes in with a double.
All right, FaZe bring this within 1. It's 4-5. Another buy coming in for BCG. It's going to be round 10. AK-47s and Galil's picked up, but the offense, FaZe has put enough of a stop to it that it is kind of sputtering and coming to a stop now. 3 out of the last 4 in the favor of FaZe Clan. Ooh, that's awkward.
Yeah, interesting. Simple and Leash having a little bit of extra time together.
He's been lifted. He's got a tight squeeze.
I'm sure Simple felt that around the back. Well, we've got Sassanito jumping up on the top mid boxes. And no one challenging. Elish has been doing some great work in Con on the CT side here. He's been really difficult to put away. You know, a lot of criticism yesterday about his performance. Didn't have a great game, and now he's having a stellar start to the match. 12-6. He's been impossible to break apart in Con.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a strong position for him. He was great playing this position in Liquid as well. Got a great read of the situation, knowing all the utility means and how to play the different scenarios. Gonna back up into the smoke. Nade is out. Elish tries to push through it, takes some damage, but still forces his way in.
I realize how important it is to put a stop to any connector pressure. And Elish is gonna watch as they come through the smoke. Good trade from Sassanito. Essential that he didn't allow Elish to get 2 kills from that position. 50 seconds left on the clock, and an A-split teed up as Skulls could break one prong to the approach apart because the bomb's inside of the connector, and Skulls combines with Carrigan to drop the bomb. So Nexa and Primetap stuck coming out of Palace and Ramp. It does not look possible here for BCG. We're looking at a tie game.
Oh, it's not the worst idea in the world, but I think maybe there's potential for some miscommunication. The bomb being brought towards Con instead of towards Ramp or Palace, where Nexa and Primetaps have found their way out safely. 25 seconds. They need kills. They need the bomb. There's the first. Now they have Simple's AWP to go up against.
They are blinded, though. Flashed away from the angle. But they didn't get the bomb back. The recovery mission not there just yet. Like shot connects for Simple. Blinded again. And the bomb has been picked up as Nexa gets around the corner.
On Ramp, though. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Frozen's here. He's arrived. They've stalled this out enough that it just didn't matter. Nice attempt from Primetaps and Nock, but nothing going to come from it. We're all tied at 5. FaZe have brought it back, and BCG have gone quiet.
Yeah, they were staying in it throughout the first couple of rounds there. You know, a Cypher play leaping through the smoke.
That's now 3 in a row for FaZe.
But they just haven't been able to bounce back from any of these FaZe rounds. They're just getting more and more convincing. And now the money in a really tough spot for BCG late into the half. So you've got one Galil for Primetaps. He's going to try and just go for a Hail Mary play himself. He goes out of the Molotov into the A-bomb site. Well, passive setup here from FaZe with Skulls playing back at CT. Simple going to be playing in from jungle. So not putting themselves in harm's way just yet.
Ooh, dangerous little throw of the smoke. Just the Deagle on the other side. Now the boost up. That's the next dangerous element Simple's got to worry about. He's got no idea, no clue. Oh. He's in trouble now. Prime Tap's in a strong position and going to wreak havoc on this defense.
Oh no, Simple has to try and make up for that. He goes back for the shot, but he's committed to the open. Couldn't get the second. 1 HP left on Simple. He's going to drop back, so you rely upon Elise instead. Coming in from Khan. Good kill. Skulls has been brought down by the Deagle, and Elise is so low on health and somehow dodges that body shot from Cypher. Carrigan scope now from the AUG into the site. Elise with a little bit of extra damage onto Cypher, and that bomb is bailing out. It's running back through spawn.
It's a desperate run. He's going to try and make it happen, but there's a long time. They've got to keep all three of these defenders frozen here. Now, the one thing going for him, if this actually works, the HP is so low. Carrigan is the only one in position to shift over to the B bomb site and catch this, which leaves the low HP over at A, but thankfully, Carrigan's made the perfect call.
Yeah, now he just waits. That plant comes in, he denies it, and it's going to be a free kill for him, no problem. There's still a little bit of time, 30 seconds, as they are still sprinting to the apartments.
Still got to be a little nerve-wracking considering the health.
Yep. Got to be on high alert. Cypher getting caught towards the A-bomb site, though. And here comes Nexa. Fortunately for FaZe, he is walking into the high HP player, and Carrigan's got the AUG scope perfectly positioned to peer through that little window. And we've got FaZe taking the lead.
Yeah, nice little streak from FaZe. 4 in a row, 5 of the last 6 to come storming back into Mirage. 15 kills by Elige, powering them forward. Another solid round out of him, but nice movement, nice play made by Prime Taps. Almost created everything needed, almost opened up the round for his team in a low-buy scenario with the hero Galil. Final round of the first half. AWP out in the hands of Simple, still nothing for BCG. It's 4 AKs and a Galil. Bomb this time dropped at A-ramp. 3-2 split. And aggression from FaZe.
Well, Cypher and Sassanito combined. It's going to be Skulls and Simple gone in just a second, and that A-bomb site completely open. Alicia's committed in middle as well, so it's not like he had a quick rotation backroom connector to look into the site.
He's just trying to clear mid out so he can address the situation. He knows he's now comfortable. Nobody's flanking him out. Cleared underpass deep, except didn't find Nexa, who came out of the B-bomb site, I believe, to wrap behind him on Catwalk. And there's always going to be those little slips, those little gaps when 2 kills come out so fast. So a hard-fought half from BCG. A good comeback from FaZe to take a narrow lead. But at halftime, it's going to be all tied up as Frozen goes down. 6-6 between FaZe and BCG at IEM Dallas Day 2. This is Mirage. We'll be right back with its conclusion.
Welcome back to IEM Stream Masters Dallas 2025. It started like that. Cypher getting hyped up. BCG bringing the fight to FaZe. String of round wins right at the end for FaZe to come back into it. And we've got a tied game 6-6.
Yeah, they did get quieted, didn't they? They did get humbled, BCG, with a little run from FaZe. You know, the question that Trace posed to Elise at the start was like a prime FaZe, like peak FaZe, everything going with Sasha in the roster. What kind of danger, what kind of impact do you think you can have? I don't know, a lot of people necessarily think that this is going to work out exactly perfectly the way they'd like it to, but I know everyone wants it to not work. Every player is like, please don't work. Please don't come back into this.
Yeah, please don't upgrade FaZe completely. But next, he's going to be waiting for the Palace peek early on here into the pistol. Frozen passive at the back of Palace. That fight eventually will go down, and here it is now. Frozen taking the step forward. Next, not wanting to get involved in it. Just going to drop back and play on top of the wood.
Okay, one player spotted, a little piece of information. Simple still taking his time. He's going to get a swing. He's going to get Skulls pushing forward. And now you got to go for the bait. Good Glock kills on the way in.
Yeah, great frags here from FaZe. We've now got Sassanito and Nock trying to recover this. The bomb going down. The flank through ramp is the last-ditch effort, and with no help from his teammates, this looks impossible for Sassanito. Heads are turned. He's got out towards Tetris. Carrigan. Oh, spots him. And he's going to take it. So Sassanito not even getting one from the flank. And that'll be FaZe taking the pistol.
Poor guy didn't have any clean looks. You could see him with like backs turned. Nobody knows he's there. And he's just like, this isn't a fun fight for me. I won't hit this one bullet headshot that I absolutely need. Yeah, tough affair, but good trades coming up. Con. A little crossfire setup, but the running, the footsteps kind of sold it. Gave away the position of one player. Nice and easy for FaZe. Nice. It's a very calm, relaxed celebration.
Yeah, that's Skulls though, isn't he? Yeah. Pretty chill guy.
Nice. Really great job,
I enjoyed
Finn.
him trying to do his Southern American accent today. That was great.
That was solid. Yeah, gets a little practice. I think he could nail it. Yeah, by the end of the event, I think he could be he could be there.
We'll get Trace to check in with him every morning, see how it's going. That's if they make it through today.
True.
It will be short stint if they go out today. Cypher going to be playing up on the Ninja box. Nexa going to be playing alongside of him. It's quite a heavy setup inside of the B-bomb site here. Fortunately for FaZe, though, Sassanito goes down without a single kill. Cypher waiting to strike, but gets cleared. Carrigan on the follow-up. Some really impactful kills from Carrigan, making sure this doesn't get too messy. Nexa's going to step up with the double kill. He keeps his teammates within touching distance, but with that kill from Frozen, it no longer feels like a possibility as FaZe continue to rack up round wins. So we're now looking at 8-6.
Yeah, really good job from FaZe, just using the range of the weapons to overcome, not getting too panicked. 6-8, and yeah, BCG is going to have to sit this one out. So likely a 9-6 scoreline. FaZe is really starting to take complete hold of this match. We'll see if there's any resistance. That first gun round is going to be a big thing to see if BCG has it in them to actually slow this FaZe attack. But especially when you're playing against FaZe where Elige is having a good game, 16-8, most of it obviously done on the CT side so far, but you've got Elige with a hot hand, feeling confident on the T side. He's going to provide you some openings. Carrigan might just be having fun this game. He's got one of his stars popping off.
Sassanito really needed to land that one.
Sassanito, dang.
And it's clean by Simple, and Elige inside of the site and not able to get one back here. Is there anything to follow up on? Because Elige is low. One little stray bullet from that P250 would bring Elige down. And Nock is managed to grab an AK-47 out of that smoke. Elige does fall 2v2. This is now A true opportunity for BCG to get a 7th round victory. Knock on the AK.
Oh, it's such a long flank though, and I think the timing of it is going to sell him down the river. I think the indication to FaZe is going to come because they're not going to see Nexa challenging anything. He's going passive to wait for the flank to come to fruition, and this is where the alarm bells are like, if they're going for this retake, we would have seen a jiggle, we would have seen something by now.
Knock needs to get a move on. Here he comes from Palace. Down into the site is Frozen, standing on default.
They're not considering it.
They aren't looking at it right now, but the time is the problem. No kit. Miss kill.
All that?
Oh, that's it. All that build up for that.
Oh.
Well,
that's sad.
9th round for FaZe. I was getting ready for something exciting right at the end.
I was pumped for that. I was like, oh, he's not looking. This could actually turn into something. I mean, that just took so long that they couldn't even actually go for the round by the time he arrives, right? The bomb was so far gone with no kits. 9-6, second timeout used by BCG. AWP is out for Knock on the CT side. It's out for Simple on the T side as well. So the AWP's going head-to-head. Here in round 16. And this is the must-win round for BCG. Not so much about like losing the map on this one, but showing that you can stop them, showing that you can have some resistance, and showing that you're going to fight for this game rather than having this turn into a comeback affair. So what's BCG got in store for us after the timeout? Little piece of aggression, little mid-push, catwalk setup.
Hasn't really delved into the chaos of the pug we were expecting yet so far on Mirage.
No, they're very like put together pugs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very cagey. Simple looking for the jump of Nexa. Not going to be able to catch it. It's Carrigan once again getting an opening kill here for FaZe. Elise just firing off into the window. Assassinito to drop. FaZe up 2 players. And in terms of, you know, getting your buy round here in the second half, it's not been a great start for BCG.
No, this was always gonna be a tough affair on the CT side. Where FaZe get to attack into you, a team that's just barely 3 months together, including a stand-in, just doesn't have the protocols and the reactions in place. I think they've got the skill to match up. For the most part, it's just the skill gets negated when the team play is so strong from FaZe. Carrigan gonna slide in. Now they know the position of Nexa.
Yeah. Unable to get a follow-up kill. Frozen makes quick work of Nexa. And the save call has been made on the other side of the map. We're looking at 10-6 for FaZe as it feels like they might just walk to the finish line.
Yep. Walking behind Elige, on Elige's coattails.
Yeah, he might just be even dragging a few people across the line.
Well, you know, not everyone's needed when you got a player popping off like this. You know?
Yeah, very
true.
true.
Everyone relax when you can. When you have a moment in life where you can sit down and just chill, take the opportunity.
Let's do it right now, Jason, because, you know, save call's happening.
Yeah, well, this AWP is very important for Knock and for BCG if they want a chance at it. Out of money, Nexa can maybe force up something creative. Skulls is going to be on the sprint, the hustle to take the AWP away. One shot at it, one chance, and Knock goes down. That's a massive kill to find for Skulls at the end.
Hello? What the hell?
It's just...
What was that sequence? I love it. Why has he got his own siren?
Oh, no, no, no. Cypher started it loud, and Carrigan, he waited until he got the last laugh. I just don't understand the siren, but it's so good.
Yeah, well, the Carrigan siren, it's a thing now. We've just got it forever. Assassinito and Prime Taps to attempt to save the day for BCG, the 2 hero M4s. After the AWP was taken away at the end. FaZe have control of the middle of the map. BCG don't want to challenge it. That's Cypher to go down. Assassinito with the trade, and there's one more in window room as well.
Elige gonna make quick work of Knock up on top of ladder, and we've got 4v3 here for FaZe. Under a minute left. Bomb Could be transitioning back to the T apartments. And look at Nexa. Just wrapping around the back of Frozen. Hello, goodbye. And an upgrade into an AK-47. 45 seconds left. Elise trying to get up short, taking damage on his way. Wants to try and combine with his teammate as the bomb comes through the apartments. On the back of Simple. Nexa could go huge here. He has to if there's to be a round victory, and it's not allowed. Elise is not missing much today. A shot right between the eyes. A follow-up from Elise. Assassinito brought down by Simple. And FaZe know they're at the finish line now.
That's a sick round. That's just, you're in a situation there where it's like, all right, Elise, deathmatch. We're coming halls, we'll support where we can. We're not committing, but you're the one dictating everything. And man, does he give a good advertisement for some aim training. Lovely round from Elise, taking control of ladder. This little tap on Nexa is nasty, just waiting for the follow-up. Peak knows it's coming. And then the spray control at the end. 11-6, a 5-round lead. Another bye for BCG. But they're at the end of the road.
The control taking for FaZe. Cypher, I'm sure not feeling the most confident right now with a 4-15 game. He's got a very important position inside of Con, and not bad. He gets the dink on Carrigan, and he plays his life. He gets back into connector, letting Prime Taps hold that down now. Assassinito not feeling the peak. He's just going to be given space as we head under a minute on the clock. He's got short. Molotov to the window. He's just going to clear it and fight towards jungle, realizing no one from BCG is peeking. Yeah, they've got a B split queued right up here.
And Simple's going to have an open line of sight with the op towards middle.
Nexa once again going to be tested on this B bomb site, wrapping around, gets himself one, gets back, a lot of damage onto the second, but Skulls with that double kill. We'll grab map points here for FaZe. Cypher and Knock nowhere near the action at the moment. Cypher's going to try and get back in from short. But it would be miraculous as they even mount a slight retake attempt here.
It'd be miraculous if you even go for it. Like, there's no reason. You're not winning this one. You've got no kits. You've got, or excuse me, you have one kit. You have no utility, and you're split up. You're not even together. You need these guns. There it is. There's that siren again. There's that siren again. He's pissed they're saving. It's like the anti-save siren. Every time they've backed away, Kerrigan's lit it up on the top of the car.
I don't think the ambulance can save BCG right now. This is messed up, man. Cypher got so loud in the first few rounds, and then he did nothing. And Kerrigan's just like, he was just waiting for his moment, and now we're really sending it home.
It's so funny to me. It's so good from Kerrigan. There's the shot from Simple as the smoke clears. Skulls gets a double as Sassanito's trying to trade off by window.
Come on, now you save, Nog. All right, Nog. You need to save. Be a little bit smart now, Nog.
I like it. He's giving him lessons. He's like, you don't save the last time, you save this time. This is the one. Final timeout for BCG. 12-6. An obviously desperate scenario. There doesn't look like there's any reprieve here on Mirage, BCG's map pick. And yeah, when Kerrigan started to style on you, it's kind of like a good sign that things are wrapping up.
He feels confident they're going to close this one, and can definitely understand why this second half has been a one-way street. Every single round for FaZe Clan.
Six in a row, looking to make it 7 for an easy win on Mirage, but Knock is going to make things more difficult. A little bit tired of Kerrigan chirping up, so he's taking it down. With the saved off.
Here comes FaZe's response into the A-bomb site. It's going to be Skulls with a shot to silence the sniper. Prime Taps, double kill from the wood. Third kill nearly picked up as well. And some life in BCG yet as they look to prevent the flawless second half from FaZe.
Skulls can't find the bomb. Wouldn't have mattered regardless with 10 HP and a 1v3. So BCG survived to fight for another round. And Skulls can just smile as he listens to him cheer.
I do love the dynamic on FaZe. You have like a couple quieter players on the team, you know, Skulls and Elise just sitting there smiling, doing their job. Karrigan screaming. I'm sure Simple will get involved at some point.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If Elise ever, you know, danced with the devil, he would be an excellent shit talker.
Oh yeah?
The Elise, I think the Elise smack talk would be something you can't recover from.
Yeah, if you get shit talked by Elise.
I'm not gonna lie. He's gonna cut you deep. I know he will.
Well, he's not going to be able to do much in this round as Nock gets the opening pick onto the underpass. Simple will get a respond though on Nexa. Not given the chance and smoked away.
Oh, tons of chip damage onto Karrigan, down to 18 HP. Hasn't fired a bullet, hasn't even seen anybody. Windows re-smoked, but Karrigan doesn't want to make his move because he doesn't have the health to get into any kind of a fight. So he's going to turn into a lurk position. A long time for him to be alone in middle as Simple with the bomb backs off, and they'll end this with an attack into the B bomb site. Frozen's already got some room to stand on. He's going to call them over. You've got Nock on the defense with the AWP. A missed shot could be the end of this map.
Nock, patient, utility coming in, flash to his face, but he dodges it, and he'll connect a shot on Skull. Second of the round here for Nock's AWP. Can he get another one? You better believe he can. Finally brought down by Simple.
Here we go.
And Simple to close. The ace clutch required, and Cypher denies that possibility with lead to the head.
Yeah, well done from Cypher. You don't want to let him get going. You don't want to let Simple start getting into a heater. Time was going to start running low. He was going to start getting crazy. Great round from BCG. Good, strong start with an opening kill, tons of early damage, and a nice mop-up at the B-bomb site. 4 rounds now remaining for FaZe to close out Mirage.
Well, D goals for everybody bar Frozen here for FaZe.
Yeah, just around you spread out. Go for a fight, go for a jiggle, see if anyone can find a fortunate 1D kill across the map, and then maybe you can see what holes and what gaps you can exploit. But you gotta have the kill first, and it's not coming in this engagement.
Liege's D-goal. Nearly getting a shot onto Assassinito. Cypher could be a good round for him to build some confidence here against some pistols as well over the top of the con smoke, but he's been forced back to 5 HP. Liege jumping up, getting his head shredded. Skulls will go down to Cypher, and we got Frozen stuck top mid. We'll see how much damage he can do. Not looking like too much, and Cypher will peek into middle.
Yeah, quad kill from Cypher in the round, you're right. Maybe trying to build a little bit of confidence. Was he snacking on the eco kills? Is that what the joke is?
I guess that's what he's doing.
Yeah, just...
Or maybe he's starting to cook.
Oh yeah, maybe. There we go. Yeah, swinging for every fight. Just trying to get some of those freebies. Boost his score, make things feel a little bit better when he hits tab. 9-12. AK's in the AWP back in the hands of FaZe in round 22.
Yeah, you can't be screaming if you have less than 10 kills. So that once he gets over that threshold, we may see Cypher start screaming back at Karrigan again.
That's the rule. Double digits lets you scream.
Yeah, exactly. He unlocks that responsibility. And we got Cypher getting in towards the underpass. He's looking for an opening pick on Elige. He might get that chance because Elige looked away for a second. Cypher peeks him, and Cypher isn't slowing down.
Yeah, that timing to just clear the cubby for Elige just destroys him. He's going to be frustrated with that one. Good kill from Cypher, and this has been a symptom of this streak of BCG wins, is finding opening kills. They've got the first kill in the last 3 rounds. And FaZe constantly playing on the back foot, having a hard time closing out the map.
Cypher's going to see the barrel of Frozen, clears him out as well, goes back to fight Simple and loses life. So another clutch ahead of Simple. Second shot to connect. Just knock off for himself up.
He's got time and he's got the bomb. 50 seconds. Simple has every opportunity in the world to put this together. Not an easy clutch by any stretch of the imagination. But he's got a lot of liberty he can take with the time left in the round.
40 seconds, yeah. He's going back to check T-spawn, and No one there. So has to come back.
And Nexa can hear all these footsteps. I mean, he's calling it out to his teammates.
Yeah, it's going to be such limited time here for Simple. It's got to clear out one player in the bomb site. One up towards Khan.
I don't think he's going to go for this. His big gamble was checking the flank. He wants to catch somebody pushing in T-spawn in no man's land and turn it into a 1v2 with the map opened up, and then all of a sudden you can do something. But when that flank doesn't come in, when Nexa plays it this cautiously, this intelligently, I should say, Simple has no opportunity to get into the clutch, so just brings the up forward into the next round, lets BCG hit 10 on the scoreboard, and we got ourselves a game.
Yeah, it looked like it was about to be a blank second half here for BCG. FaZe were just one round away from closing out a perfect second half. BCG have found some life in them, and Cypher in particular, there's a pulse again.
This kind of like default spread though from FaZe on their T sides has been getting picked apart recently. Elish has died I think twice now to that exact fight, one a little bit deeper. He got peaked a little bit earlier in that kind of pathway. They're losing him quite frequently, which is making it difficult for them to work together to take mid control. Kerrigan's taking a ton of damage trying to get down the mid ramp. Mid might be a part of the map they want to go away from. But they left one buy round left to win this map.
Yeah, Simple's got the AWP in this round around Tech 9s and a Deagle. Not ideal right now. 11 rounds, most likely outcome for BCG.
I mean, this is going to be a round that Kerrigan's just like, Simple, what do you want to do? Or come with me, I'll boost you up. You're going to set Simple up in every way and give him time to peek into things. Going to finish at the A bomb site. Two smokes to cross jungle and Khan.
Nothing offered up to Simple's AWP early. BCG passive.
Going for a late mid play with Tech 9s. So smoke coming out towards window. Defense has backed off, but they're sticking close by to fight together if they want to. 53 seconds. The run boost for Skulls out and towards mid. It's open. Counter utility dropped to slow the attack. And FaZe still haven't even had a clean look at a kill.
40 seconds. And still 5 defenders to try and remove here for FaZe. Knock plays short. That AWP will peer down into the connector. It's going to be real tough here for FaZe to not lose any casualties on this connector fight, but that's the opening they're looking for, but cleaned up by the rifle of Cypher and Prime Taps. Frozen able to respond with one. Prime Taps width back in behind Ticket. 19 seconds on the clock. Utility forcing him to relinquish his control of the Ticket box, and that plant comes in for FaZe. So a 3v3 retake for BCG to stay alive here.
And you got Simple with the AWP, but he's going to be posted up over towards the ramp. You've got Jungle and Con control as well, so Simple gets to chill and have a great time. Add one more on top, and Simple shuts the map down. 13-10, no comeback today, and FaZe got their first map victory. Utility of their own.
And no surprises, they do not survive the Siren's call as we get into the second map of play. FaZe on the CT side. We'll see what the defense looks like as BCG going to be running at them in mid. Nexa at the front, and they hit the pause button at least early on here.
Yeah, they're trying to let these decoys, I would imagine, trying to let FaZe get a little bit confused by the decoys. Kerrigan's going to slide over to middle through Temple. The follow-up behind the decoys is slow and quiet. So FaZe playing without information, and in fact, Kerrigan now leaving Temple, which means mid is wide open. First contact is going to be Elish.
What a great first map he had in this series. He's going to be put under a lot of pressure early on. The smoke going down, they're still pushing him. It severs them off, it separates them, and Elish gets damage onto the second player. Skulls gets one eventually. Looked like he was going to go down with nothing as Kerrigan arrives. Grenade to clear the smoke. And he somehow gets away behind the wall without much damage at all. As Simple's flank will take the kill on Knock, leaving Nexa low HP in the middle of the site. Gonna go up to Frozen, and the headshot will connect as FaZe take the pistol of Anubis.
Yeah, nice defense from FaZe. It got a little hectic, got a little scattered. I don't even think the reaction from Elige and Skulls together was quite the same. We were quite on the same page. Elige dropping the smoke and getting aggressive behind it to take down players pushing up. Skulls turning behind the pillar to fight towards main. But both of them win their individual fight, and then it's a nice, easy cleanup after that. No ability for BCG to get comfortable with the bomb plant after all the engagements.
Not much to talk about for BCG in terms of what they've been able to bring to this round. I will say, though, I think FaZe will be happy enough they got the map victory, but I think they'll be slightly disappointed in the fact that it nearly goes all the way to overtime at the end there.
I'm with you 99% of the time, but I think right now this FaZe does not care.
Yeah.
I think they're just like, please, just whatever it takes, get the win. I don't care if it's close. I don't care if it's ugly. I just want the W. I'm tired of losing. And let's buy some more time in this event so we can get some official reps as Dallas continues 2-0 for FaZe, and we'll see a bye coming into the next round for BCG. AK-47 is going to come in for their first attempt with rifles to penetrate this defense.
Well, this defense still has an MP9. And a FAMAS in play here for Carrigan. It's going to be a quick B-pop from the CT side. This is going to run out the B main doors and put pressure on Nexa. Looking to fight Sassanito as well. And eventually Carrigan coming out on top of the opening fight.
Yeah, a lot of pressure put on that. Nexa and Sassanito not able to work together to hold it back, to stem the tide of that push. Now Simple gets to wait patiently behind the smoke. Sassanito biding his time. A main is the play. Skulls off angle up top, but the Molotov gonna force him to deploy a smoke for his own safety. And pressure now being applied from BCG. They should be able to get a plant off this at the least.
Simple buys himself time with some utility. In fact, burns himself a little bit. He'll back up, and Simple and Elige take 2 kills to the CT side, leaving Knock and Prime Taps to come in here.
And no plant. It took so long. The bomb was like the last player getting into this A bomb site, so smoke's all clear. There's no cover. Knock has to get aggressive to create the freedom, and only able to get 1. Prime Tap sitting way far back.
Yeah, not going to be given too many opportunities, you would imagine. And he's just going to bide his time. Some utility dropping in front of him as well. And Prime Taps gets his feet wet in the fountain. Elige to go down first. Second offered up, but Frozen comes in and closes on the 3rd round in a row here for FaZe.
Yeah, looking good so far. Simple got away with one. I think a few missed shots just as he turns the corner. Let him know that he was getting flanked. Turns to get that kill. But here's the opening. Kerrigan and Frozen shrinking the map, restricting the movements of BCG, taking control of B main real early on in the round, and funneling this offense towards the other side of the map where FaZe is prepared. It's getting loud in the studio. An extended loudness. Who was that, Dinko? Give me a look.
I believe it was 3D Max.
3D Max?
Yeah.
All right. Good things happening for 3D Max, allegedly. Opening kill for Frozen. Simple now stepping out in towards middle. He likes against that pistol. Takes a dink. Doesn't shy away from the fight. Waits for Cypher to turn the corner. Round is pretty much done unless this deagle from Prime Taps can create something.
Something. And Elige just biding his time. Being patient in middle. Looks like he's going to get an opportunity late into the rounds here.
I mean,
peek out.
You can see like there's no reason for FaZe to push. FaZe is playing this smart. BCG is just like hitting the pause button on this round to wait for a mistake that's not coming. Not actually attempting to find an opening in middle, just waiting to see if anyone was going to get aggressive and walk into their crosshair. Now smoked off at A main, and already making the decision to not push and be aggressive in middle means they'll have to wait out this smoke and walk in towards Simple and Skulls at the end of the round. So 4-0.
It was, I'm getting updated that it was not, in fact, 3D
It was not 3D Max?
They lost a 2v5, apparently.
Oh, okay, so, yeah.
Definitely wasn't that. It was Legacy, so came from that general vicinity.
Should have known. Brazilians have a certain flair to the yelling and celebration.
Yeah, I should have realized that there wasn't a French accent to the cheer.
And it went on for like 20 seconds. So definitely Brazil. Prime Taps goes down last. And FaZe in complete control, and their map pick looking strong so far to start things out.
Yeah, getting a great start on the CT side of Anubis is always nice as well. You're building a beautiful foundation.
Building a nice little bank as well. Frozen close to 6K, same
Simple
with Kerrigan.
7-0,
Yes.
AWP's coming out.
Frozen and Simple have not died, and Kerrigan. All three of them have not died yet in this game.
The immortal squad right now for those three. And we've got BC.G trying to come back at them here. We've got Knock on the AWP, and throughout his career, he's had a number of good Anubis performances in particular. Might be a hell of a time to have a hero performance to Knock. Cypher looking to fight Kerrigan in the water. The pressure's on, and eventually it's Cypher to come out on top of that fight. Simple getting out of that.
He actually managed that so well, Cypher. Really good job. Prime Tap's going to put some pressure on Skulls, who stands tall to the task, an aggressive lurk. Nothing to follow it up. But FaZe really feel like that was a signal that there was going to be more forces towards the A bomb site. They've shifted everyone. Once again, it's only Skulls at B, and he's backed all the way, excuse me, Frozen at B, and he's backed all the way off.
He realizes he's just going to have to respect that smoke up in front of him. BCG about to take the B bomb site.
No one's moved yet. FaZe think it's a fake.
Indeed it is not, but here comes the rotation now as they start to get that idea. Going to push through water quite quickly. It's quite an extended take of the site for BCG, which is giving time for FaZe to get closer and closer. We've got Cypher. It's going to be a pivotal fight. Skulls and Elise on the other side of that wall. Can Cypher get an extra kill before going down here? He looks away. Flash goes up into the site, goes back into the peak. Elise lines up two. Holds down Mouse 1 and a double kill to set up FaZe for this retake attempt. They're looking for 5 rounds in a row. Sassanito comes back to the angle, and a second make it 3. Sexy from Sassanito.
Yeah, that's a nice sequence. What quick transfers. 3 nice headshots. Precision and on point, and Sassanito had to do it all because Alicia's making that retake look good. First round on the board for BCG, but it required one hell of a sequence of heroics. Nothing coming easy for BCG at the moment. Even Cypher has that angle, watching it the whole time. Just the second he shifts. But Sassanito steps up and doesn't let this round fall by the wayside.
It's going to be a Liege pushing into middle, coming away with a free kill, and if they want to try and trade him, they've got to come into the AWP that's waiting for them.
Yeah, you got to sense that too on the other side. That aggression is being executed by Elige, but there's going to be a second piece to that to provide some safety for it. So wisely, nobody goes for an instant follow-up peek. Nexa's going to start lurking forward. He's got Sassanito behind him, but it's Simple's op again waiting.
Blinded. Oh, miss shot from Simple. Luckily, he has Elige to back him up, and that rifle is not missing much. Another miss shot from Simple. This time spam down, and Elige can't bail him out of it. And he's stuck behind the door, low HP. Not coming to peek him, and Elige goes down to the sniper, and we've got a 2v3 recovery on the cards here for BCG.
Should be a pretty winnable situation for FaZe, though. I know it's brought back very, very close within one player, 3-on-2 in the favor of FaZe, but you know where both players are. You know exactly where the bomb is. Your two players, Elige and Simple, have done tons of work. Kerrigan backs off to some safety, but loses the fight.
Nice and clean at the end there from Frozen. BCG fight their way into a competitive position and flounder at the end. Tough situation economically as well here for BCG. It's not like they have a lot of money to rely upon here as FaZe Clan continue to build. There's the initial shot from Simple, missed a couple, but Elige was there to back him up.
It's not bad, but it's one of those rounds where you're like, I really like seeing that out of Simple, because, you know, give it a month, give it after this boot camp going into the major, and I think he's going to hit, you know, an extra shot in that sequence, maybe one more on top of it. So as he gets a little bit more comfortable and gets a few more officials under his belt, those sequences are going to be looking a lot cleaner.
Yeah, sure. There's a recalibration period. Certainly required. B split being set up right now for BCG. The bomb outside of B main. Knock going down though, so the bomb is now alone. Carrigan to take Cypher down inside a connector, and so the B split looks weak, especially with the Elise dropping behind.
Well, you're not going to win many B splits by trying to come out of dark through the smoke. That's a tough way to make it work without utility, with nothing flying over the wall from the other side. Just a casual stroll. So next, the last remaining. He does at least have the bomb, but Skulls has been chilling over at the A-bomb site this entire half without a whole lot to do, so he's still there. Simple's going to pick him off anyway. 6-1. FaZe not having many issues at all here on Anubis.
Nope. A lot of issues for BCG though. They're going to go to the timeout.
Little conversation for them to have, trying to get back into things. Nothing really has been working. Middle has not been open to you. I don't think you'll want to go there. A has been rough to get into, but they've usually tried to attack it with portion through middle. I feel like the B bomb site is something they could break into.
You know, the coach standing behind BCG is Cube, 30-year-old Danish coach. They're part of Fnatic Rising, Copenhagen Flames, Secret. A lot of these players recently had Kassad standing behind them over the last few months, but now they got Cube.
Well, if I'm in this situation and I'm BCG, I'm saying, where are the stand-ins playing? You know, Simple with the AWP is going to be mobile and moving around the map, but I'm going at Skulls, and I'm just saying, you're a stand-in and you've played with these guys for like 3 days. I'm going to see if you guys can hold on to a bomb site together.
Well, quick kill from Assassinito. Assassino onto a Liege. An opening kill for BCG to work with. They're going to try and respond quite quickly by just going into the A site. So Skulls is going to have to come back and try and deal with pressure from 2 sides, and that's going to be rough. So he calls Frozen over to try and help him, and Frozen's going to arrive. Simple's at heaven, and a shot chiming in. He's going to get back behind the cover. Skulls going down, and so Simple gets a second kill instead. And this is going to keep FaZe at least ahead on the player count, but Nexus still has a shot at unraveling this back, and Simple's aware of that possibility.
Oh, this is going to be hard. Frozen might swing. Oh, that's beautiful. Just slides out. Immediate dink and cleanup. Never a chance for Nexa. And now Knock left with the entire map available to him. 50 seconds on the clock with the bomb, but Kerrigan cutting off his fallback. Kerrigan's got the most HP though. If this fight goes south, FaZe is in trouble. Thankfully, Knock not looking. And 7-1 is your score. It's like he gets frustrated that he missed that shot. He's like, I know I can hit that shot.
Yeah,
he's like, I know.
The older version of me.
Yeah, 4 years ago I would have hit that shot. So he just comes back into it. He's like, nah, I'm going back.
Imagine if he's hitting all the shots that every shot. You know, he's 12-2. That's what we're talking. We've seen a number of misses as well.
That's why I'm saying it's like it's not even worth being like critical or judgmental at this point. Like, this is for the major. Let's see what happens in Austin. That's where we get to have some judgment on what we're looking at, what we're watching. But certainly still having his impact. Simple leading the way for FaZe yet again on day 2.
Simple. Looking towards camera, but he's about to get smoked out. Still hits the shot. Nice flick up to Cypher. Carrigan up next as they push into the temple. They better pray that Carrigan is unable to get a double, and that's not the case. The bomb rolls to his feet. Carrigan shutting them down. And it's Prime Taps 1v5, and he's stuck at A main as that smoke is soon to fade away.
All right, surely we get the sirens after that. I know it's not a save, but that calls for some Carrigan sirens. Give it to me.
I don't even think it's intense enough of a game to bring it out.
No, it really isn't. He's just chilling.
He's like...
Those are some nice shots, though.
The energy.
Those are some great shots from Kerrigan.
Yeah, fantastic. He's had a pretty decent game today. I think a number of points in Mirage is always looking quite sharp. But yeah, the sirens haven't come out here at all. On Anubis, we'll wait until that game gets a little bit more intense, a little bit more back and forth before it warrants anything. Right now, it's
looking like a
dominant performance from FaZe.
Yeah, it's looking like exactly the way you might have thought looking at the names on the scoreboard coming into this match. Assassinito again going to try and take advantage of Elise. He won that aggressive opening just a couple rounds back. This time, Elise doesn't give him the fight, but Assassinito knows he's got the space to work with.
Yeah, he does. And Elise is... Oh, can be tossing some utility out. Simple is going to capitalize on that opportunity. Assassinito gone. Next to the step up, but Alicia's looking right at him, still loses the fight. So
yeah, that's Nexus' first kill.
Yeah, first kill is that one. Simple, nice shot again. He's going to drop down into the site. Starting to get really warmed up now, Simple.
Yep, that's the same feeling I got.
Here he goes again.
Yes.
Third kill from Simple. He is mauling them right now. And this is BCG having to retreat away from the hot hand of Simple.
Yeah, it's palpable when you watch him playing and when you watch his movement as he builds into a round, builds into a sequence, into this triple kill. The momentum is growing for Simple. He's arrived at the B bomb site but smoked off. He'll have to reposition. Knock clearing out the corners before planting the bomb. And Kerrigan's win now might prevent that from going down altogether. Knock in a 1v4.
He's going to go out into the open, Frozen to drop him. And look, that big smile on his face. Simple having a performance he can be proud of right now.
He's like, I'm feeling it, boys. That was one of those moments. That was a flashback.
I missed this.
Yeah, Stella's getting her groove back. Nice shot there, but this one's beautiful. Out of the smoke, jumping. And a quick peek up the stairs.
Oof.
Shuts down anything BCG wanted to do, and not having a fun time on the T side of the map.
An AK for Knock. Everybody else on pistols right now for BCG. Simple changing up his positions, being unpredictable. Oh, comes off the ledge, and he still gets away with it. Of course he does. Of course he gets away with it. Kerrigan to get domed by the Tech 9, though. 2 AKs now in the hands of BCG.
Look at how confident FaZe is that they're like, we've destroyed you in middle. There's nothing here this round. It's usually been aggressive. Alicia's just like, I'm just gonna push. I'm gonna go find out what's happening. Nexa meets up with him. An awkward clash, awkward engagement. Nexa comes out on top again. Back-to-back rounds, he's beat Alicia in a heads-up duel. And now Simple's got to relocate 3 versus 4. Skulls still anchoring the A bomb site. And they're gonna come right at him, and he's committed.
Let's see if he can get at least one here. Skulls, clean headshot, couldn't get the second. Missed shot from Simple. He has to retreat back into the cover of the smoke. Frozen elsewhere, stands the test. And he's going to take Prime Taps out of contention.
That's a very patient Frozen, which Prime Taps might be frustrated by, because Frozen's just like, I'm not budging until the bomb actually gets planted. At that point, he gets the kill. He knows what's going on. So Simple and Frozen rotating back around. They've got a crossfire close up on this retake when they arrive.
Frozen clears out Nexa. Simple ready to close the round, and he'll absolutely do it. And the siren's back.
Let's play after plan.
It's the way he messed up. It was like, learn to play retake, but wait, you guys are the T side.
The Cypher's just sitting there like completely despondent. This is...
Good for you, Kerrigan. Get your licks in while you can.
Get the sirens out.
Yeah, unfortunately for Sassanito, once Nexa goes down, he's kind of sold down the river. That's like the indication that there's a crossfire set up with someone getting that aggressive to the left is like the warning signal they need.
Dude, I also love to play in a 2v2 against Frozen Simple. Frozen's 12-1 and Simple is currently 18-2.
A pair of hot hands for FaZe here on Anubis.
Yeah, rough game right now for BCG. Here they go, trying to walk into B, but the smoke clears, and Kerrigan and Frozen with a double kill. Frozen, he's got Simple's ult beside him too if required, but right now it's not. 14-1 as Frozen continues to rack up kills. Cypher waiting inside of Connector.
Well, if you want him to learn how to play an after plan, Kerrigan, give him a couple.
Yeah, let them get the bomb down. They got to earn that, though. It doesn't look like they're going to even get close to recovering that bomb off the ground. Kerrigan stands on top of it. Prime Taps, waiting inside of the smoke. It'll fade away. Kerrigan's got the kill, knew exactly where he would be. And now Cypher just cowering away. He'll step into the open.
Kerrigan's going to say something for sure. For sure. Nothing right now, just a smile and a fist bump. 11-1. Everything that needs to be said was said inside the server.
The Intel Extreme Masters are back in Dallas, and so is Simple. 19-2 out of the first half, CT side. Smile on his face.
Yeah.
He was destroying them with the AWP. He's got the supporting cast alongside him as well, having some great games. And the Siren returns.
That AWP has just been...
Let's do the after plan.
Sorry, I wanted to bask in the glory. I felt like Simple and that AWP were just warming up throughout the entirety of that first half, and maybe, what, like 7-8 rounds in, he had a sequence where it's like, okay, he's feeling it now. He's gotten some swagger in his step. Great game from Simple so far, obviously, and a good sign for FaZe, and a good sign for Counter-Strike if you want to see Simple's resurgence.
We got Cypher diving down behind. Carrigan and the Liege, a couple of kills between them. Prime Taps makes his way into the back of the bomb site. Nice shot before going down to a Liege. So plant secured. And we're looking at map and series point for FaZe if they can convert this.
One's on the long flank as well. Spotted out. Can't get the kill clean. So Frozen calls out. One's coming. Looking for the other and spots him. Now information for everyone on FaZe. They know exactly what's happening.
Knock taking a couple of steps closer to the site. Simple. Tucked away, will peek out with a headshot, and Nexa doing what he can, but Simple's the man to close it. We're looking at 21-2 now as we head into the last round of the series.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
He's gonna give it to us, Simple, in the post-game interview. 21-2, 14-2 for Frozen, but Simple is just a workhorse at the moment. Mirage, they had like 7 chances to close it out, and they had to use like 5 or 6 of them. They got 11 here on Anubis. I think they'll need 1, maybe 2. Tough event for BCG, but I don't think you can sit here and put too much squarely on their shoulders. The new roster, 3 months together as they've come in. That huge grind they've gone on to qualify here, but the stand-in situation, the stand-in for the stand-in situation. It's had to have been a chaotic event for them arrive to, and not putting their best foot forward is BCG. It's not the loss, it's the style of the loss, it's the scoreline of the loss that's going to sting the most when they eventually unplug their mouse and keyboard.
Well, still a 3v3, maybe just a little bit more life left in them as Nexa and Knock step up together, putting it on Frozen for the 1v2. Not going to be the case as we look at another round win for BCG. I'm just going to take one round at a time. See a couple of deagles being picked up here for FaZe, but that's really about it. Which is such a massive road to come back on for BCG that just is impossible at this point from this.
Yeah, that's another good layer on top of it. As if you needed another one with the 12-1 scoreline.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's see what the Tech-9s and Deagles can do. Not going to come in for a peek headshot angle. Alish takes him down. First kill, 5-on-4, AK recovered. And it's on the guy who just cracked open Mirage with opening after opening. Complete rotation for BCG, feeling some weakness at this A bomb site. Extra utility being chucked in by FaZe just as they're lined up to attack into the B bomb site. They have completely fooled and outplayed BCG. I was going to say they have them beat, but its smoke to delay is actually massive, and now the flank around.
And around the backside, FaZe trying to get involved in these fights. The AK-47 of Elise, Carrigan's Tech-9. There's still a world in which FaZe close this now, starting with weaker weapons, with pistols. And BCG are now a player down, and those weapons have been upgraded for FaZe.
Yeah, now they can just get pulled around the map, because another round of utility sent into the A bomb site showing they want to execute and walk in behind it. But BCG can't possibly know if they've left, so Prime Taps has got to go back to the B bomb site. Carrigan is going to make a little bit of noise. That's going to leave Nexa alone in a 1v2 anchoring the A bomb site. Alish and Frozen with rifles are going to walk in as the smoke fades.
Nexa off the bricks, builds himself up 2 kills. And another round for BCG, but not even comfortable in that kind of scenario.
No, I think they got a little bit fortunate. It felt like FaZe was trying to play like clever, right? They were just trying to throw out some fakes, move around the map. I feel like if they just kind of ended that with brute force, like there were some timings they could have hit into that A-bomb site that they let slip away. Good job from Nex at the end, though. 3 rounds now for BCG, and they've taken FaZe's economy away. So just Glocks and some and a Tech 9 on a leash. So, you picked FaZe to be in the finals.
The grand final.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the way to the grand final, Jason. And it didn't go as planned against Liquid, but
sure.
You know, these things take time.
Yeah.
And we're watching the beginning of that run to the grand final.
It's just the very start.
Yeah, the very, very start.
Yeah, the yeast is proofing. We have yet to put it in the oven, but one day...
It's going to be some great bread.
Yeah, it's going to be lovely sourdough.
I'm so down.
Round 17, AK-47's coming back in the hands of FaZe. Yet another attempt to close out the series, eliminate BCG. This is their 4th attempt to close out the map.
Well, after this, we've also got Mouse Liquid in this group. That's a...
Indeed, that's a nice thing to look forward to.
Yeah, that's a very exciting game coming up.
Yeah, Liquid's just... They have like the nightmare bracket of like you're playing mirror matches against your former teammates the whole way through the bracket.
Yeah, well, Cypher charging through the smoke in middle. He'll get a leash, but gets traded by Frozen. And a 4v4 established as Frozen goes and changes that fact. Karrigan follows up. Sassanito and Knock looking to try and keep their team alive for a moment longer, but it has to be a massive recovery from a 2v4.
And look at the map. FaZe don't realize it, but the A-bomb site is wide open. There's nobody home. So if they push actually through this smoke and Karrigan gets the information, that's an easy kill. And now it doesn't matter where the last player is. You've got a 3-on-1 everywhere you go. So FaZe going to step forward into the A-bomb site with a flashbang from Karrigan. Bomb will get planted. Knock far, far away, basically in another galaxy, and he's got plenty of utility, but what are you going to do with it?
Knock is their only hope. As Karrigan goes back to close it out.
Simple's got a smoke, too.
Yeah, well, this doesn't matter. It looks like Karrigan should be taking this, but not the case. Knock charges through him. Skulls and Simple, the 2 stand-ins for FaZe, and it will be Skulls to close it out. It is BCG's death in Dallas at the hand of the Undertaker. Simple with a recovery performance on day 2 here for FaZe. They go 1-1 in the IEM Dallas. And for BCG, it is a rough exit. It's a tournament they will remember. It's one they come in with stand